Hi everyone, Lewis here, and welcome back to yet another PLAYERUNKNOWN'S BATTLEGROUNDS video. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to make a video on this, but as you guys all know, E3 just happened this weekend, and with that was a crazy amount of announcements for PLAYERUNKNOWN'S BATTLEGROUNDS and the future of that game. You guys all know already the game's got a really bright future with modding, new maps, and all that kind of stuff, but we did go into specific details. We're showing off two main new videos, the first of which you'll see on your screen right now, which shows vaulting, climbing, new weather effects, and also a new weapon, which you'll see at the end, which is the OTs Groza. But yeah, in this video, I just want to consolidate all of that information and have it so you guys can just, watch this video and understand everything which is going to be happening in the future of this game instead of having to look at numerous different videos and numerous different sources. I'm not going to necessarily directly source any things which I'm going to claim in this video, and I didn't watch all of the E3 conference. Obviously, I've got other things to do, but I obviously have been reading up on it and reading stuff on Reddit, and I've seen a lot of people talk about things which they said, a lot of things which we are going to be adding into the game in the future. For example, the two maps which I talked briefly about, there's no gameplay of, but we do get to at least see a few of new things in these videos. And that right there is the Groza, which is a 7.62 rifle, which apparently can be only found in airdrops. It's a bullpup rifle, and it's a Russian weapon. We do seem to like Russian weapons a lot, obviously the last weapon being added in being the VSS, but it's just crazy about every month adding in new weapons, adding in just updates, and as you've seen a second ago, the new weather, which is going to be added in eventually. And this right here, this video was just announced, or shown about 30 minutes ago, which is essentially showing the new zombie game mode, I guess, for PLAYERUNKNOWN'S BATTLEGROUNDS. A lot of guys will know I and a bunch of our content creators did zombie games with our subscribers, but there wasn't an official way to make people not break rules and to be able to choose what class, or not what class, but what faction you want to be. Do you want to be a survivor or a zombie kind of thing? There's no official way to do that. So with this, which it's crazy, the game's been out for 2 months and a half or something like that, you're going to be able to have an official zombie game mode for you to play with without anyone cheating in, which is really exciting, because if you guys have seen my streams on it before, some people cheat and ruin it, and even if they don't cheat, it's just cool to have actual zombies. The rest of the video footage you'll see in this video will be just me playing the zombie game mode, some video that I recorded a while ago, annotation in the top right if you want to check that out, and I'll just be talking about the other stuff which we can be adding into the game very soon, but that one is probably the most surprising thing and the coolest thing that we announced at E3, and like I said, that just happened a few minutes ago. I honestly don't know how Koreans develop so fast and so well, but they've done it, so hats off to Bluehole. You're gonna be rich. Also, a little bit of information about how PLAYERUNKNOWN'S BATTLEGROUNDS is growing, but a lot of people still ask me these days, Lewis, should I buy the game? The game has literally sold more copies than Arma 3, which is one of the games which originally this was a mod for. PLAYERUNKNOWN originally made the Battle Royale mod for Arma 3, originally for Arma 2 before that, which did have zombies in it, by the way. Some people are upset that they're going to be adding zombies into PLAYERUNKNOWN'S BATTLEGROUNDS, but literally the original game mode that PLAYERUNKNOWN made had zombies in it, so yeah, kind of stupid to get angry over that. That was kind of how it was originally. No, this is going to interfere with main game mode. It's just going to be a separate game mode, but yeah, either way, it's surpassed Arma 3 in sales, which is insane. In less than 3 months that it's been out, it's surpassed that. It's getting over 200,000 concurrents almost every day, and the game's just going to get bigger and bigger with the game. Big announcement here, boys. It's going to be ported over to Xbox. I don't have any data or anything, but it's going to be an exclusive, at least for the console side of things, to the Xbox. If you guys have got PS4, you're fucked, pretty much. I still really recommend the PC side of things for a better experience. I really don't know why people even play first-person shooters and third-person shooters, especially like this, which are so competitive on consoles, but some people have no other choice. But it's going to be coming to console eventually, I guess maybe with modding, but it's probably going to be more limited than PC, so that's really why I'd recommend the PC platform over the consoles. But it's still cool to have an entire massive audience of maybe more casual players who just want to sit on the couch, who are now going to be exposed to PLAYERUNKNOWN'S BATTLEGROUNDS and the amazing, satisfactory gameplay which you experience while playing it. So anyway, to talk about the information which we didn't necessarily show too much gameplay of, but it is something which we talked about with interviews and stuff like that going on throughout the weekend of PLAYERUNKNOWN. Obviously, we've already talked about the OTs Groza, but bullpup rifle, it's going to be crate only. I don't have any source of that again, but regardless, it's a new rifle being added into the game. I do hope they do add some more, interesting weapons into the game. Not that I'm going to complain about this, it's cool to have some more variety. People complain that the VSS sucks, but I think it's got its own usage cases, and it's a pretty cool, unique weapon. But a bullpup, it's just an assault rifle. It's nothing too special. 7.62. But it would be cool to have something a bit more interesting. You know, I'm sorry for the shit suggestion, but like a riot shield or something like that. But we can add anything into the game, and with modding eventually coming in, with the game just having like a core really good like movement feel and gunplay feel, modders can add whatever the fuck we want into the game, and that's gonna be really cool. But if we ever talk about sandstorms for the new desert map, which we did actually talk about a while ago, I'll have maybe something on the screen right now. Yeah, I will. I'll definitely edit that in. Like it was a sketch, I think, for the new desert map, which is going to have like a downtown area to it as well. So it's like an area which is desert-y, but it's also got some city in it, some denser city, which is really cool. We also talked about the snowfall for the new snow map biome. I don't know if it's going to be like an actual snow map or if it's going to be like a snow biome on, for example, the current map. But I guess we'll see when that eventually comes out. Also, I don't know if I mentioned a second ago, but with snowstorms on the new desert map. I don't think I mentioned that, but snowstorms. Sandstorms, I just said. Did I say? I don't know, I just said sandstorms. We'll do it in one take, guys. It's fine. But either way, sandstorms in desert map, snowfall in snow map. Very good. We also talked a bit about 3D replays. We actually had this originally in, I think, one of the first alpha builds of PLAYERUNKNOWN'S BATTLEGROUNDS, where essentially it was like a, I mean, it wasn't a 3D replay, but it was a 2D like map where you could see where all the players gone, where you died, where you killed people, that kind of stuff. I guess this kind of relates to a 3D replays, but it's going to be 3D replays, and I believe we also mentioned 2D replays, which is what I just said a second ago, but obviously revamped and looking a lot nicer with the beautiful UIs which PLAYERUNKNOWN'S BATTLEGROUNDS has right now. So that's going to be something very soon as well, so you can go back and look at where it went wrong and just to see, I don't know, what happened with the game, who ended up winning, stuff like that. It's not like you can be able to, you know, ever spectate these games and use any anything to your advantage. It's going to be something you can be able to look back at later on, which I think is the right way of doing it. And don't worry as well, for those who are saying they're focused on like a million different things, what about server performance and FPS and all that kind of shit? They're also going to be focusing a lot on fixing that through the, I guess, more so the upcoming months. You know, these things which we've talked about are not going to be something which will even necessarily see everything by the end of the year, I guess, but we are going to be still focusing on that stuff as well. So, you know, it's cool to show off new stuff and to surprise us with, hey, there's a fucking zombie game mode in it, but don't worry, these are still things which we are going to focus on. In terms of the actual weather, which I've shown earlier, I'll show it again on screen now just so you guys can watch it. I'll slow it down so you can take it in a bit more because it is kind of sped through quite a lot. But we are going to have numerous different weather settings. You can have fog in the game. I'm guessing this is going to be applied randomly to the actual ranked games. But if you go for a custom game, you can already change the weather from rainy or sunny. But there's fog, there is a dusk/sunset setting as well. I don't think we ever talked about anything like a nighttime game mode. A lot of people asked for it. Personally, I wouldn't really like to see it in the main roster, just to have like a 20% chance of it being dark. I think that would kind of piss me off more so than it would be a cool experience. But I'm sure in the future they can very easily, with the flexibility of Unreal Engine, change it so you will be able to have, at least in the custom games, to have a nighttime game mode. It would be cool to walk around at night with like flashlights and shit like that, but I just feel like for the core game, is it really a viable and good thing to add in? I'm not so sure. Also, to go back a bit more on the movement system, but you would have noticed the character jumped out of the window. This is going to have a big gameplay implication, obviously, with a lot of people boxing people into houses and then them having very little choke points really to come at, whether it's one of the two doors or jumping off a balcony. You can very easily focus on that and make it so they just can't get out. But being able to jump out of not out of vehicles, or you can jump over vehicles, as you would have seen earlier, but being able to jump out of any window in the house, although some of them do have bars, that's going to be really big, and I'm curious to see how it does play off. It does look like the character was kind of in an animation while doing it, obviously, so it's not like you can be able to fly out and shoot your shotgun while doing it, I'd imagine. I know right now, obviously, you can jump and shoot shotguns and shit, but flying out of windows, it would be cool, but I don't know if that's how it's going to work. You do want it to be, obviously, a risk versus reward kind of situation. I just don't understand why, after hearing all this shit, people still ask me, like, should I buy PUBG? Like, the developers aren't fucking going anywhere. They're going to keep on making this game amazing, because they're going to be making bank from it. There's going to be crates in the game eventually. They have specifically said, not at E3, but I think earlier on that, there's not going to be crates with, like, you know, streamer stuff and just, like, random item skins in it and stuff until the game is out of early alpha. So it just seems like Bluehole are doing everything right with this game. I couldn't say in the 3 months of this game being out, I've ever been outraged by anything we've done or anything like that. And every day we move on, there's like a fucking new community manager or some shit from different regions. They are throwing money in the right places while making money from a game. Not to shoot shots, but Daisy, from what I heard in the 0.62 video, not that you should really compare the two games, they are very, very different. But I think they said they've got like 13 people working on the game. I don't know why, this game sold 3 million copies. You need to like spend your money while making your money, otherwise your business is going to die. just like mine. Hehe. We didn't mention any specifics, like I said, again, on any release dates or anything like this. All we can really pay attention to is the official PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Twitter, and look at the weekly updates, and then obviously the major monthly updates is where we're going to eventually see these new maps and all kind of stuff. If any of you guys have played the original alpha of this game, you will know that they changed a pretty mediocre map. I thought the map was just bad, and the developers just... I don't know how long they'd been developing it, but I just thought they weren't talented enough to make like a pretty and good map, but it ended up being really, really good, really detailed and a very beautiful map. I do like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds map a lot. It could definitely be better. It does feel a bit boring maybe in terms of terrain, but in terms of like the building assets and variation and point of interest around the map, like the swamp, the ruins, the insane asylum kind of place, all kind of shit, they did a really good job of it. So I wouldn't be surprised to see these new maps and all this cool shit coming out kind of soon. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think I've ran down pretty much everything for is of importance which you mentioned at E3. If anyone's got anything else interesting, which I did forget, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. I'll have a link to the full videos which I shown you guys at the start in the description below if you do want to go check those out in their full 1080p quality and 60 FPS probably. As always, don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.